Yes, ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
How are you all?
I'm fine, ma'am, and you?
Fine, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm fine too. So, all of you, now we have to continue our course again. So, are you ready, dear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, today we'll start from the short stories. I hope everyone, all of you, if possible, it is better to keep your books in front of you. Okay, so we'll start from the short stories today. And God
Okay.
sees the truth but waits. Okay, this one we are going to complete this story if possible,
Ma'am,
because today I'm quite late. Okay,
ma'am, page number.
page number 206. All of you, if you have got book, please take the reference from there. Okay, page number 206. Are you ready, all of you? Only 7 students are here. Are you ready there, all of you? Shall I start? Because I'm already read there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now see there. See in page number 206. Okay, God sees the truth but waits by Leo Tolstoy. We are going to start this story, this short story, but very beautiful story. First of all, okay, before reading, answer the questions. Previously, also, we have done the same, and today also we'll do the same. Okay, we'll start from the question answer pattern. This is little bit creative type of questions which is given here. So let's see the question first. Okay, what does the title of the story mean? Anyone, you can just unmute and you can give your answer. Okay, what does the title of the story mean? God sees the truth but waits. Okay, what does it mean? Any idea? See the second question. Is it fair to punish the innocent people in the name of justice, which is happening now? Okay, and another one is, do you believe dreams might predict the terrible fate of a person? That is given in the first three questions which is given here. We have to just do the critical later on what happened related to these questions. Some stories are given here, and we have to go on describing these stories later on. Now, first of all, before starting, we have to get some knowledge about the writer as well. Okay, who is the writer here, which is given here in the biography section? Just check it out there, because I have also done some screenshot. Wait for a while. See here. Now let's see here about the Leo Tolstoy. Yeah, wait. Now he was born in 1828 in Moscow, Russia. Okay, but his parents, they died in very early age, so he was brought up by the by his elder brothers and the relatives. He studied Hello? Hello, Kritika?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Net is not working properly, that's why. Is it okay now?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. No, it's okay.
Okay. Just take a reference from the book because it's quite difficult. Okay, today is our first day and I could not prepare all the things properly. So from next time we'll do it. Where we were in the biography of Leo Tolstoy. Okay, now what he has done here, how he had his earlier days, everything is given here. Okay, so we need to get some knowledge. As I told you, he was born in 1828, and similarly, during his time, what happened? He was a very famous writer. He was from the Russia. He used to write the realistic fictions. Okay, and he was born in very wealthy family. Although his parents they were died in very early age, but later on, what happened? He was brought up by his elder brothers and the relatives, and he was quite good in his studies. But he was not satisfied in the school studies. So what he did, he was just dissatisfied, and he left his school and he educated himself independently. Okay, and later on what happened, he has got qualifications different from the different universities, and he has mostly involved himself in the literature part. Okay, he has written different types of novel, and his famous novels were given there: War and Peace, similarly Anna Karenina in 1877. These are his famous novel. And similarly, this story especially, it is a short stories. Okay, God sees the truth but waits. And here, what is its gist? The gist is given in the last part, in the last paragraph in this biography. It was published in 1872, and similarly, he was just kept in the convention imprisonment because he has murdered. It is said that he has murdered a man, but later on they disclosed that he didn't do all that murders, and other members were involved in that. And later on, what happened? They were asking for the forgiveness, but he died at the last moment. And this is a kind of allegory. Okay, allegory means a little bit confusing type of things are given here, but later on what happened, the problem was solved, and the characters himself, what happened there, at last he died. Okay, in this way, what happened in this biography, you need to write to get a little bit more this story. Now, in the time
के भयो मिस्टर लेफ्ट हुनुभयो
खोइ म त भर्खर जोइन भएको लाइन गरेर यता
दिएको हुन्डरीले अहिले भर्खर लाइन आयो यार
यता पनि त्यस्तै
महेश
Mantavi?
Hello.
यस म्याम
हेलो
सुन्दैछौ? Are you listening?
भर्खर
नेम सुरुदेखि
Yes,
भन्नुहोस् न अर्को त केही सुनिएन
आधी आधीमा हराएको हराई तपाईँ
नानी यहाँ कस्तो आज नेटले प्रब्लम दिइरहेछ नेटले एकदम प्रब्लम गरिरहेछ नानी आज बुझ्दैछौ
हावा हुन्डरीले गरेर
लियो टोल्स्टोय है ल सुन है होइन आज के भइरहेछ नानी हेर न नाउ लिसन हियर ओके लियो टोल्स्टोय क्लियर छ बोइस
Clear छ
हेलो लेनिशा
Yes, ma'am.
म्याम अलिअलि काटिँदै आउँदैछ
बोइस क्लियर छैन
अहिले चाहिँ क्लियर
होइन
छ
काटिरहेको छ
La, okay, listen, hey. Leo Tolstoy, okay, he was the writer of this short story, hey, and he's a Russian writer. He's from Russia. Now, what happened? Mostly, he's also called the master of realistic fiction. के भनिन्छ realistic fiction को master पनि उसलाई चाहिँ एउटा symbol संज्ञा दिएको छ. So he was born in the wealthy family, but what happened in his early age, his parents they died. Okay, but he was reared and cared by his elder brother and sisters, and in his small age, he was very good in studies. But later on, what happened? As already I have told you in the beginning, okay, Steve Jobs, while we were reading that topic, what we have studied, he was dissatisfied. The same thing happened here to him also, okay. Leo Tolstoy, what happened? He was dissatisfied from his school's teaching process, and what he did, he left the educations and educated himself, okay, very independently. And later on, he also took the military training. He became an army officer. He started giving more priority in the literature. He has written different types of books, different types of novels, different types of short stories. This is also the part of his short stories which we are reading now, okay. And his famous novel, which is given there, if you have got book, you can underline War and Peace. Similarly, Anna Karenina. These are the very important novels during that era, not only during that era, but still now it's very, the people were taking it very positively, and they are giving priority to these books as well. And here, God sees the truth but waits. Okay, this is this short story is first published in 1872, and it is about a businessman, okay, whose name was Ivan, and this story was mostly related with his life story, what he did, okay, without doing any crime. He became a suspected. He many tortures were given to him, and later on, what happened? He died in the jail. His sad story, it is best. Okay, now let's start reading the stories. Are you listening? Is my voice clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, now see in your book. Okay, now see in your book if possible. And okay, wait, if there is a screenshot. Now see dear, okay, in the town of Vladimir lived a young merchant named Ivan Dmitryevich Aximov. Okay, who is he? Ivan Dmitryevich Aximov. He has two shops house of his own. Okay, we have started the story. Now take the reference from the book, because we have to see the book first. If any words you feel difficult, you can just message me. Okay, first for that one you need to see the glossary once. Okay, if possible you'll see the glossary afterwards. Now what happened in this story? Ivan, he was a businessman. He was a merchant. Merchant is also kind of business. Okay, and he was a businessman. He was quite wealthy during that period. Similarly, he was very handsome and fair-haired, curly-haired fellow, full of fun. A very sophisticated life he was spending there. He has his own shops. Okay, he was giving priority to his personal interests as well, and before marriage, he has some bad habits. What he used to do, he used to drink and he used to just fight with the others. He used to show little bit rough behaviors. Okay, but after marriage, what happened? All his behavior has been changed, and he became a good man afterwards, after getting married. So once someone, what happened? Askinov, what he did, he was going to Nice Pier, and he said goodbye to his wife. Okay, उसले चाहिँ आफ्नो श्रीमतीलाई के भन्यो, goodbye भनेर चाहिँ ऊ एउटा फियर मेलामा चाहिँ ऊ जान खोजेको थियो बिजनेसको सिलसिलामा. He was just moving out there. Okay, during that period, what happened? His wife said to him, अब उसको श्रीमतीले के भनिन्, Ivan, okay, it's not good to just say goodbye today because I had a very bad dream. मैले एकदम नराम्रो सपना देखेको छु. त्यही कारणले गर्दाखेरि if possible you can postpone भनेर चाहिँ श्रीमतीले हिँड्ने बेलामा भनेकी हुन्छन्. But what happened? Askinov laughed and he took it very lightly. And what he said, you are afraid that when I get to the fair, I shall go on a stay. Okay, he told that just after going there in the fair, I may move around. Okay, I may fight with the people. So you are thinking in that way. Okay, it's not good because I'm going for some certain work. His wife replied, I don't know what I'm afraid of. All I know is that I had a very bad dreams. Okay, little bit superstitious, a little bit believe in the fate is also shown here. Believe in the religions. हामी पनि कहिलेकाहीँ त्यस्तो हुन्छ, नराम्रो सपना देख्यो भनेदेखि नभए हुन्थ्यो भन्ने सोच्छौँ. The same thing is happening here also. Now what happened here? He was trying to move out and his wife is trying to stop those. So in the same process, what happened? I dreamed you returned home, the town, and when you took off your cap, I saw that your hair is quite gray. Okay, अब उसले सपना सुनाउँदैछ किनभनेदेखि whatever she dreamed, okay, she wants to just share with her husband. So what she said, he went for the fair and while coming home, what happened? His hair was quite gray. कपालहरू पनि फुलेको, बुढो भएपछि घर फर्केको त्यस्तो खालको पो सपना देखे त भनेर अब श्रीमतीले भन्दैछ. Aksinov laughed. That's a lucky sign, said he. See, if I don't sell out all my goods and bring you some present from the fair, okay? अब चाहिँ उले चाहिँ के भन्छ, त्यो त राम्रो कुरा हो, म सबै सामान बेचेर चाहिँ तिमीलाई गिफ्ट ल्याउन नि सक्छु हैन, गिफ्ट ल्याउन नि सक्छ. त्यही भएर त्यो त राम्रो कुरा हो नि, म सम्झ मैले सबै सामान बेचेर तिम्रो लागि गिफ्ट ल्याएँ भने भन्ने हिसाबले भन्दैछ. So she said goodbye to his family and drove away. Okay, he didn't listen his wife, and what he did, he moved away from there by saying goodbye to his wife and the children. When he has traveled halfway, he met a merchant, another merchant whom he knew, and they put up at the same inn for the night. Okay, they had some tea together and then went to the bed adjoining room. Inn, what does it mean? Inn भनेको धर्मशाला जस्तो. It's like a hotel now, okay, where we pay and stay for a night. So what happened? He on the way he met the another merchant. अर्को merchant सँग उसको भेट भयो र भेट भइसकेपछि what they choose the same place to stay and they had the tea together and they went to bed in adjoining room. Adjoining room भनेको नजिकै टाँसिएको है. अर्को रुममा चाहिँ के भयो, अब चाहिँ त्यहाँ उनीहरुको बसोबास गर्ने व्यवस्था मिल्यो. It was not Aksionov's habit to sleep late and wishing to travel while it was still cool. He aroused his driver before dawn and told him to put in the horses. Now what happened? Especially what one good quality he had, Aksionov's, he never stayed late night. ऊ कहिले पनि राति धेरै बेरसम्म बस्दैन थियो. So what happened? That is his good habit. He slept quite early, okay, and he used to get up early in the morning, and on that particular day also what happened? He did the same, okay. Dawn, DAWN, dawn भनेको जिसमिस अलिअलि उज्यालो हुँदा हुँदै ऊ के गरे आफ्नो यात्रा सुरु गरे because he liked the cool and the chill weather of the morning. Across the landlord in the inn. Now what happened? The another merchant was simply sleeping in his room without saying goodbye, without looking him. He just get up from his bed, get ready, and just moved away from there. सबै थोक ready गरेर अब के भयो अगाडि बढ्यो. Now on his way, the landlord of the inn, who lived in the cottage at the back, paid the bills and continued his journey. When he had gone about 25 miles, अब ऊ जब 25 माइल पर पुगिसकेको थियो, by the time what happened, few people stopped him, okay, and those people actually, this is given in this paragraph. He stopped for the herds to be fed. Asimov rested a while in the passage of the inn, then stepped out to the post and ordering the sambo to be heated, got to the guitars and began to play. Suddenly, Chikwa drove out with tinkling bells, and the officers alighted, followed by the two soldiers. Now, on his way, what happened, as he was taking rest, people came there, some people came there, and later on he get to know that they were officers and they were doing some inquiry about the previous night. अब अघिल्लो दिनको उनीहरूले के गर्न थाल्यो, they start doing the inquiry there. So Asimov, he was quite innocent, so he didn't know what to tell. He was just trembling. अब उ चाहिँ के छ कामिरहेको छ. He was afraid because he didn't know anything about the earlier days, what happens there. They didn't know about it. He didn't know about it. So what happened later on? Now merchant was just standing there, and people started just coming around, and the police officers also, they came there and started doing the inquiry. And what he said, he was quite aware. Were you alone or with a fellow merchants? Did you see the other merchants this morning? They were just inquiring about the other merchant. अरू merchantहरुको विषयमा चाहिँ अब inquiry गर्न थाल्यो. And especially one question is there: why did you leave the inn before dawn? Okay, एकदम उज्यालो हुनुभन्दा अगाडि नै तिमी त्यहाँबाट हिँड्नुको कारण के हो भनेर पनि पुलिस अफिसरहरूले सोध्न थाल्यो. Asimov wonders why he was asked all the questions, and he describes all that happens and added, "Why do you cross questions me if I were a thief?" Okay, अब Asimov के भन्दैछ, ऊ confused भइरहेछ. So what happened? He was just telling whatever happened earlier days, whatever happened there. He was just describing के भएको छ, describe गरिरहेछ. And he was also confused. And when the police officers they give the hints that merchant, जो अगाडि merchant थियो, जोसँग भेट भएको थियो, he was killed. Okay, उसलाई चाहिँ के गरिएको छ, हत्या गरिएको छ. And on his suspect, what happened? They were doing inquiry. And what is happened here? अब inquiry गरिसकेपछि उ त झन् डरायो. उ डराइसकेपछि के भयो? They entered the house. The soldiers and the police officer unstrapped Aksinov's luggage and searched it. अब उनीहरूले के गर्न थाल्यो? They start searching in his bag and the luggage. Okay, whatever he was carrying, they were just looking out there. And suddenly, one officers, what they found a knife in his bag. Okay, crying, "Whose knife is this?" अब ऊ के गर्दैछ, अफिसरले उसैको ब्यागमा चाहिँ जहाँ चाहिँ तलास गरेको थियो लगेजमा, they found the knife, and they were crying out, they were just shouting out, "Whose knife is this?" Aksionov looked, and seeing the blood-stained knife taken from his bag, he was frightened. Now what happened? अब उसको knife चाहिँ त्यहाँ ब्यागबाट निस्केपछि ऊ अझै डरायो, because he was unknown about it. It seems that है उसको चाहिँ झोलाबाट चाहिँ अब के छ, ब्लड लागेको नाइफ निकालिसकेपछि अब ऊ झन् तर्सिन थाल्यो. How is it there is blood on the knife? Okay, Asimov tried to answer but could hardly utter a word. Okay, he was a simple businessman. He was quite afraid. Okay, he was quite afraid, and he could not even utter a word. Utter भनेको के हो? बोल्नु. कुनै कुरा उसले चाहिँ मुखबाट निकाल्नै सकेन. I don't know, it's not mine. Okay, accept those words. मैले गरेको होइन भनेर चाहिँ उसले चाहिँ त्यहाँ के गर्न थाल्यो, भन्न थाल्यो. Then the police officer said, "This morning the merchant was found in the bed with a throat cut." Okay, you are the only persons who could have done. The house was locked from inside and no one else was there. Dear, here is this, the blood-stained knife in your bag, your face, and the man that betrayed you. Tell me how you killed him and how much money you stole. Now see there. Aksinov, he was fully nervous now. Okay, जब inquiry गर्न थाल्यो ऊ बढी nervous भयो. Now what happened here? Police officers, he told the whole story, what they have suspected. के कुरामा चाहिँ उसलाई समातियो भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ अब पुलिस अफिसरले भन्दैछ है. Early in the morning they found that the another merchant, अर्को मर्चेन्ट जो चाहिँ बाटोमा भेट भएको थियो उसको चाहिँ के गरिएको छ, घाँटीमा चाहिँ कुनै हतियारले चाहिँ काटेर उसको मृत्यु भएको छ. र त्यही सिलसिलामा खोज्दै जाँदाखेरि के छ, अरु कुनै सस्पेक्सन त्यहाँ थिएन, ढोका भित्रबाट लगाइएको थियो. त्यही कारणले पनि के भयो र उसको ब्यागमा, उसको लगेजमा दे फाउन्ड द नाइफ. सो द्याट इज द मेन फ्याक्ट. Okay, त्यही कारणले गर्दाखेरि what happened, the police officers they were searching him. Okay, tell me how you killed him. अब त्यति भएपछि झन् उसलाई के भयो, एकदम स्ट्रेस दिएर they starts asking for the reason. Okay, why he killed them. अब कुनै इन्क्वायरी अरु गरेन, त्यति नै कुरालाई आधारमा मानेर अब उसलाई के गर्न थाल्यो, एकदम इन्क्वायरी गरिन थाल्यो. So what is the purpose of killing him, they were asking, and how much money you stole. Okay, thinking him as a thief, उसलाई चाहिँ एउटा चोर जस्तो सम्झिएर they start doing the inquiry. Aksinov swear he had not done it, that he had not seen the merchants after they had tea together, and he had no money except 8,000 rubles. Rubles means the Russian currency, okay, of his own, and the knife was not this, but his voice broke, his face pale, and the trembled with fear as though he was guilty. Okay, अब के भयो, उसले सबै कुरा भन्दा he told the truth. Okay, after having a tea, what happened, they moved in their own rooms, and he quickly he went for sleeps. Now no any other things he remembered on that period. Okay, कुनै कुरा उसको दिमागमा आएन, चिया खाएपछि सुत्यो, त्यो बिहान उठेर हिँड्यो. I have little bit amount which I was carrying from the previous time. पहिलेदेखि नै मैले केही पैसा जम्मा गरेको थिएँ, पैसा मसँग थियो, त्यही पैसा मात्रै छ भनेर चाहिँ उसले भन्दैछ. But what happened, he trembled, he started tremble with fear, and as though he was guilty. Okay, अब सबै कुरा चाहिँ उ डराइसकेपछि के भयो, झन् अरूले त्यो कुरामा प्रेसर दियो. So what happened, he was found guilty, and the police officers ordered the soldiers to bind Aksinov and put him in the cart. Okay, at last what happened, everyone they just hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
बुझ्दैछौ नानीहरूले, बुझ्दैछौ?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, बुझ है, you need to just using मलाई पनि नेपालीमा पनि भन्दिदैछु, बुझ्छ, कतै नबुझेको छ भने मलाई अनम्युट गरेर भन है. Is it okay? Okay, now what happened? He went guilty. After that, police officers, they ordered the other soldiers to bind the Aksinov and put him in the car. They took him in the prison. Okay, many tortures was given to him. Just tortured him in different ways. Okay, as you know, crossed himself and wept very bitterly. His money, goods were taken from him, and he was sent to the nearest town and imprisoned there. Inquiries as to his characters were made in Vladimir. Vladimir is the place name. Okay. Similarly, the merchants and the other inhabitants of that town said that the former days he used to drink and waste his time, but later he became a good man, and the trial came out. He was charged with murdering a merchant from Rezan and robbing him 20,000 rupees, rubles. Okay, rubles. Now what happened here? अब के भयो भन्दाखेरि police officers, they found him guilty. Okay, they just gathered different conclusion. They gathered different conclusion. They asked with different people, and later on what happened? They made him guilty. Okay, they made him guilty and put him in the nearby prisons. They have taken all his goods and the money as well. and they have done the inquiry to his relatives and the inhabitants who were living in that area, and they told them previously he was not good, but later on after marriage he became a good man भन्ने पनि आयो, but no one believed on him and he was charged with murdering. Similarly, also he was charged with robbing 20,000 rubles. Okay, 20,000 rubles पनि उसले चोरेको भन्ने कुरा नै प्रुभ गरिदियो. After that, what happened? He was sentenced to jail. On other hand, his wife was in despair and didn't know whom to believe. Her children were all quite small. अब उता श्रीमती पनि के भयो, के हो fact she didn't know, उसले थाहा नै पाइनन्. So what happened? She was just know the truth, okay, and see who the children were quite small, clearly one baby was her, just she was feeding them, talking them all with her. She went to the town where her husband was in jail. At first she was not allowed to see him. Later on, now what happened? She went to jail. She wants to meet her husband, but it was very difficult to get the permit from the officers. She saw many problems, and what happened? The officers let her to meet him once. She went to meet the husband. Now after meeting him, she was just doing the inquiry, and she asked one question, and that question was it not you who did until when she asked what happened,
फेरि पानी परे जस्तो छ।
मैले त केही बुझेकै छैन त साउन्ड अड्के।
पानी पर्यो अरे।
पानी हो पानी, के को आलु?
त्यही त पानी भनेको क्या, पानी नै।
बुझ्दैछ ससले?
हेलो
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
नानी फेरि डिस्कनेक्ट भयो. Is my sound clear?
Yes, ma'am.
हजुर अहिले सुनिदैछ।
अहिले त क्लियर छ म्याम, अघि फेरि बिचामै अड्कियो।
Can you tell me up to where I have reached?
म्याम यो वाइफले जेलमा किन मारेको किन भनेर।
अब now
भेट्न जाँदाखेरि त्यो
I
अफिसरले
complete it
भेटेर
very
सिक्न
quickly. Now I complete it very quickly. Okay. Now listen, because we have very less time. अब के भयो कि the officer he didn't allow her in the first stage, but she showed many problems, and at last what happened? They were ready. Okay. They have allowed her to enter inside, and she met her husband, and she asked one questions. अब एउटा क्वेशन उसले सोध्छ, was it you? Okay, who did it? के त्यो तपाई नै हो जसले चाहिँ उसलाई मर्चेन्टलाई मार्यो भन्ने क्वेशन उसले सोध्छ. And what happened? त्यो क्वेशन सुन्ने बित्तिकै it was great thought for Ivan. Like Garo hasn't expected that from his wife. अब त्यति हुँदा मेरो फ्यामिलीले, मेरो परिवारले, मेरो वाइफले मेरो साथ दिन्छ होला, कम्तीमा मेरो विश्वास गर्छ भन्ने सोचेको थियो. But with that questions it becomes difficult for himself also. Okay, उसले सोच्दै नसोचेको कुरा भएकोले उसलाई पनि गाह्रो भयो. Now what happened? So you to suspect me, said Aksinov. अब Aksinovले श्रीमतीलाई चाहिँ कन्भिन्स गर्नु भन्दा पनि उसको कुरा सुनेर उदङ्ग बढ्छ. And hearing his face in his hands, he begins to weep. Okay, श्रीमतीको अगाडि नै अब के भयो, उ धेरै रुन थाल्छ, किनभने मलाई मेरो श्रीमतीले she didn't believe on me, she didn't any faith on me भन्ने कुराले उसलाई गाह्रो हुन्छ. Then the soldiers came to say that his wife and the children must go away, and Aksinov said goodbye to his family for the last time. र अन्तिम पटकको भेट उसको श्रीमतीसँगको पिक्चरमा. After that, what happened here? he changed again. Okay, he changed himself. He started talking less with अरूसँग धेरै नबोल्ने. He started reading the religious bookहरू पढ्ने. Okay, he became quite obedient because he started believing God rather than the others. अरूले मेरो श्रीमतीले नदेखे पनि कसले देख्छ, भगवानले देख्छ भन्ने कुरामा उसको चाहिँ विश्वास बढ्न थाल्यो. And he started just believing on that thing. It seems that the only God can know the truth. It is to Him alone we must appeal, and from Him alone expect mercy. Okay, now he start only believing in God rather than the others. Okay, and the Asimov wrote no more petitions. Gave up all the hopes and only prayed to God. Asimov was condemned and to be flogged and sent to the mines. So he was flogged, okay, with a knot. Flogged means a kind of punishment, right? Flogged punishment. So what happened? He started working in the mines. He learns to make boots. Look, jutaharu banauna siksa. From that one, he used to get little amount of money also. He got much punishment. Okay, that wound एकदमै धेरै उसले punishmentहरू पनि पाए. But with time what happened, समय अनुसारले त्यो punishmentहरू, ती nurseहरू, ती घाउहरू भरिँदै गए. Now it has been nearly 26 years he has been staying in the jail. 26 lagbhag bhaisakyo. The time has flew so fast, it seems like that. Okay, now it's nearly 26 years past, and now what happened, he becomes it was used to, okay, for him, he used to do his daily work. Sunday दिन उसलाई के गर्थ्यो, आफ्नो कामहरू गर्थ्यो. And others prisoners also started respecting him because he used to talk less. He used to believe in his faith. He used to believe in God. He used to just teach them the religious things. Okay, he becomes quite different than the others. अरूभन्दा ऊ अलिकति फरक भयो. मात्रै उसको चाहना के थियो, he wants some mercy from the God. है, गर्दै नगरेको काम त उसले पनिशमेन्ट पाएको छ भनेदेखि भगवान सिवाय अरू कुनै सहारा छैन भन्ने कुरामा ऊ अलिकति बढी चाहिँ के भयो, आफूलाई religious पाटोबाट चाहिँ लिएर जान थाल्यो. So what happened now? Okay, he in prisons, Asimov learned to make boots and earn little money with which he bought the lives of the saints. He read the books. He started reading books out there in the prison. There was a light enough in the prisons, and the Sunday in the prison church, he read the lessons and sang the choir of the boys was still good. Okay, एकदम भजनहरू गाउने चर्चहरूमा है, प्रिजनको चर्चमा भजनहरू गाउने, रिलिजियस किताबहरू पढ्ने, अरूलाई त्यो विषयमा जानकारी दिने. He becomes kind of saint. Now after that what happened, after few days, okay, after 26 years the course भइसक्यो. त्यसै सिलसिलामा एक दिन dear prisoners, okay, fresh gang भनौं, they were convicted, came in the prisons. Okay, अब ती नयाँ ग्याङहरू चाहिँ के भयो, अब they came in the prisons. And what happened, while they were talking with each other, there were one prisoner who is a prisoner, okay, who is nearly at the age of 60. He was very strong man. It seems very strong, and he is quite different than the others. He has a gray beard. So that man is quite different than the rest of the others. ऊ पनि के छ, बुढै छ तर पनि के छ भनेदेखि लाई चाहिँ लिडर, अरूको चाहिँ लिडर भएर चाहिँ ऊ अब त्यहाँ चाहिँ प्रवेश गरेको छ. They were having the conversations during that times, and he was from the Vladimir. Okay, that new prisoner was also from the Vladimir. Okay, and my family are that of town. My name is Makar. Who is he? His name is Makar. Okay, and also people called him Semyonich. People call him Semyonich. His real name was the Makar. Now what happened? They had some conversation. People they started telling about what they did, why they came there in the prison, के गर्यो, के कारणले प्रिजनमा आयो भनेर कुरा हुँदै जाँदाखेरि during that time Aksinov, he was sitting in the साइडमा बसेर साइलेन्टली सुन्ने मात्रै काम गरिरहेछ. And they were having the conversation with the other prisoner. And Makar, what happened while having the conversation, he told them that he was not going to be killed. Okay, he was not going to be killed. 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 के कारणले के people what they said actually his intention was the others उसको intention अलगै थियो but
अब होस्टमै भएँ अहिले के भयो तिमीहरूको